I picked up this cordless lamp at Walmart and it's super cute on its own, but this lampshade was just calling for a DIY. And I knew that I could take it from, aw, that's cute, to, wow, where did you get that? In just a couple easy steps. So today I'm giving this lampshade a quick, easy, simple makeover that, trust me, anyone can do. So let's get started and head to Walmart to gather our supplies. I was looking for something that was a small print, and I looked at scrapbook paper first, and weren't the options I was looking for. And so I thought I would head over to the fabric and have a few more options. And there were several options, but I'm looking for a nice deep pink and maybe a small print. This pink isn't just quite right, and this is a better, but I don't know about polka dots, and that's just too tropical. That bright green is just too much. So I think I might go with this Waverly fabric that's in the upholstery fabric. It's going to be a little more expensive, but I think it's going to work. So we'll take the rest of our supplies, head home, and start the project. So what we're going to need for this project is the lamp, some fabric, some double-sided tape, and for extra assurance, I'm going to use some spray adhesive. You also need a pair of scissors. So the first thing we're going to do is lay out our fabric, kind of figure out where you want it on this particular fabric, because there's really large flowers, like that's going to be way too big, versus we want it kind of down here. So what I did was I took this, laid it on its side where the seam is, laid it flat, take it right to the edge, and then I rolled it around the widest part all the way down. And so I know I need it at least this big, but I'm going to do it bigger so I make sure I have enough fabric and so that I can kind of reposition where the rose beds are going to go. Now we have our piece of fabric. This is, like I said, this is way too big, but now we can kind of reposition where we want this so that we get, a rose in the right places. So I think right in this middle part is where we're going to end up, but we've got extra to move it up and down around wherever we want to go. Now we're going to cover up all the metal on this the best we can. I'm just using the bag that it came in. All right, now we're going to take our lamp and our fabric. We're going to go outside and we're going to spray it with some spray adhesive. Now that the glue has tacked up for just a little bit, now we're just going to place the shade where we want the flowers to be. So I think somewhere around here will work good. I'm just going to roll it for right now. There. Now we can start positioning it. We want to make sure there's no air bubbles anywhere and there's no wrinkles. And it is quite tacky. So it takes a little minute to get everything done. Then we'll go ahead and trim the fabric off the top. We want this to be about 1/2 inch up from the edge, I should say, of the lampshade. And then where it meets, we want to fold this over so we have a nice clean edge. So fold it over like so. Get it nice and straight as well. And you're going to take that fabric, make a nice line, and fold it over. We'll come back to that so that we get the seam nice and taut. And you're just going to press it down and under, snipping. See how there is a bar right there? We want to snip the fabric right there so we can bring it down. Now we will do a rough trim all the way around the bottom of here. Now we'll need to go ahead, take our scissors, go all the way up to the point. And then we're going to trim around each one of these pieces like so. And then I just use this as a guide as to where I want to trim it. We want this to be a little, about 3/8 of an inch or so. More than a quarter, less than a half. Now I found it best if I took the piece of double-sided tape and put that right on the inside and then folded up my fabric up and around the edge like so. And then this edge right along here, we'll just take a piece of that double-sided tape to hold it in place. So now you just need to charge it up. It does have a little bit of charge when you buy it. Let's break down how much it actually cost me. It was $17.96 for the lamp. We used about 1/4 yard of the fabric, so that was about $4 worth of fabric, and about $2.50 for the tape and adhesive. That's the amount we used anyhow. So that came to a grand total of $24.46. Not bad, a custom lamp for under $25. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this project today, this super quick and easy project that anyone really can do. With just a little bit of imagination, you could make your lampshade anything you wanted it to be. We could cover this in rattan. We could cover it with scrapbook paper. We could cover it with vintage linens. We could cover it with any number of things, maybe even press in some pressed flowers. That would be really pretty. Any sort of parchment papers, anything that you have or that you come across. You could decoupage with napkins. You could do any number of things. Obviously, if you used a lighter weight fabric, it would be much less expensive. Or if you use something that you already have on hand, it would be much less expensive. As I was looking around in Walmart, I noticed they had some really pretty printed sheet sets out right now. And maybe you have an extra pillowcase. You could use the pillowcase to put on here and put it in your bedroom, and then everything kind of coordinates. Give me your ideas in the comments below. Just remember, you are much more creative than you think you are. So let those creative juices flow, and I'll see you in the next one.